This is Friday Design Talk. Welcome back. And how was your week? That's the classical question I ask every time I start my Friday Design Talk. It's the end of the week. We have a very nice weekend, I hope, for everybody ahead of us. And the full week of work, job, responsibilities, things to do. It's basically on our shoulders. So from tonight, it's gonna be relaxing time. Thanks, Costa, Patil, thanks. So what does it take in terms of responsibility? And most of all, what does it take about effort, personal effort, from a designer or young designer to make sure that he or she make the right steps, they have the right behavior, they get the right attitude to be successful. And believe me, this is very similar since when you are in design school as a student, because the environment is not ultra different, I read some of your comments. Thanks, Patil, liking your burst. Yeah, it's growing. I should cut it, but it gives me a more intellectual look, and therefore I decided that I will keep it for a few more days and decide whether I'm gonna just make a light restyling or really cut it. Okay, so we know that there are a lot of jobs, in the world, everyday's life. We all know people that have different jobs, and we can see those that really put their soul in their daily activity at work, and those that instead, because of the job, because of the environment, the way they are in their mentality, in their head, the education, the example they got, they just don't do it. Okay, so they are more, I would say, relaxed, which is not a bad thing. I don't want to say that they are bad. I just want to say that there is of course with several nuances, but there are different type of people that when they go at work, they get results. They are different, and most of all, they have a different type of personal satisfaction in making that job role, okay? In conducting that job role. When we talk about designers, we talk about emotions, because you guys that follow me, I always talk about this, the emotions. Designers, our job is to bring emotions, to a product, whether it's a car or just a product, that is filled with technology and interesting functions, and we have to do in a way, and we have to design that product in a way that it gets a soul, and it becomes like a live object, because it's provoking those emotions, and because there is all the quality, the refineness, the detailing, all that thinking, all that philosophy. I would say that engagement. And engagement is a very, very important word for everybody, but I would say that engagement in design is a big thing, Pal, good evening, sir. It has become difficult to keep on oneself motivated and to hard work, and so mostly studying online. Yeah, it's true. I know that studying online, like for me, working online, because that's what I'm doing since almost 2 years now. I think that I went to my office 10 times in the last 2 years. And next week I will start again, because things are getting much, much better. So starting next week I will go again. But it's difficult. But at the same time, we have to find that motivation. Ansari, hello sir. Apart from drawing and sketching, which design software should we go for learning which can be filled? Well, Ansari, you will learn that at school, if you are at school. If you're going to car design school, you will learn that at school. You don't need to do it now. Now you have to learn how to sketch if you are very young. If you are somebody that is already in school, you will see that in school they will give you classes about CAD with Alias, Autodesk and stuff like that. Pal, also we feel less competitive unlike you get in physical attending the class. Yes, Pal, it's true. Because you don't see your next door, schoolmate, and you cannot compare your work with him, with his work, and with the entire class. I know that, but this is finishing, So I would keep a positive aspect, a positive feeling about this, because I really believe it's ending. Really, here in Europe, schools are getting open now, So it's not 100% like before. There are some cases, of course, of COVID. Therefore, classes are closed. But this is only seldom. Okay. Wait a moment, because we have here the classical bot that it's writing things. So I want to voila, that's it. So I blocked it. Very simple. I learned how to do it, so it's easy. Okay. All right, so the engagement. We are talking about the engagement and the efforts, but let's come to first of all, the first part, the design student. When you are a design student, it happens that you sketch, you work hard, you go to school, it's presentation day. Ciao Aurélien, ça va? How are you? You go to presentation day and the teacher doesn't like your stuff. And you realize that your stuff is not good. So you get kind of, I don't want to say depressed because it's a big word, but you become, I would say, sad, mad with yourself, and you were sure that you were gonna do really well, and it was exactly the opposite. So how do you take it? How do you analyze what happened? And most of all, how do you react to a flop? So when you have a fail, how do you react to a fail? Because in car design, fails are several for everybody. And of course, because we are very competitive and we work into a design, into a design environment that is very competitive with classmates and with colleagues, managers, bosses, all people that are really looking upon you for watching you for the project, and that's also for your career, all that stuff. Now you are young and you have all the dream, to do well, to have the okay from your boss, that your colleagues will respect you and will look at you and say, that guy is good, or that girl is good one, he's a good designer. So what happens when you feel that everything is fine, it's perfect, you're ready to present, you present, and it becomes embarrassing? You have to learn how to react. If you really care about the job, if you really care about, I'm fine, Aurélien, thanks. Ciao, private account, and Mr. Patriots. So, Francisco, how do you do when designers who work for you have really good ideas in a car and you have to take the final decision? Take the decision, get your feelings involved. No feelings involved. When you are working, the only thing you look at, it is the design. It's the best sketch that is really responding. I'm doing fine, private, that are really, it's really the best one according to the briefing. But one thing I want to say is that nobody takes the decision alone. So in your message was like, if I have people working for me, I decide by myself. No, I don't. Even when it happens that I can give an orientation, which is an orientation that people work, then I talk to my boss and explain what we are doing, what I said, and stuff like that. And he says, okay, I'm very curious to see next week what you guys gonna present. And then we present, they present. And then when this happens, we get his feedback. When his feedback arrives, we adjust the proposals. And after there is another committee, another commission of people more important, together, that will give a final orientation. So that's how it works the decisional process, I would say. But having good content, is there any chance in the career? No, private. You need a degree. I'm sorry. I said it many, many times. You need a degree, you need a bachelor, a master, and you need very good skills in sketching, rendering, coloring, so that you can express your creativity on paper. Ciao Nisha, welcome back from India. Hey Joseph, ciao. Okay, Sun, all right, cool. So when you are a design student and you find yourself against that difficult time, where you basically flank and the other people with their presentation, they're all smiling and they're all happy, I know how it feels inside, because it happened to me. It happens to almost everybody. You know? You're welcome, son. But it is during those moments that you have to bring out of yourself the rebel, mentality, to make sure that you get the reaction as fast as possible in analyzing correctly what happened, why, the reasons behind the rejection of what you did, and what you're supposed to do to improve. And put yourself into the game as fast as possible, motivated more than before. So this scenario, this is exactly what I did and what other people did and what other people do. And when it happened at school, I felt really mortified a few times, because my work was not at the level expected, and I felt it was, and I was wrong. So you have to put on the same plate, on the same level, the fact that you must remain humble, because if you pump yourself, I'm the best, forget about the rest, you have a high risk that you're gonna flunk. I had a student once, at Art Center Europe, when I was teaching in Switzerland, and this guy was very good, and today he's a very good designer. He's a grown-up man. He's almost 50 years old, and he has his own business in design in Germany. The guy is excellent. At that time, when he started in the class, it was really super hot. I mean, when I looked at his drawing, I said, wow, look what I have in class. That's a great way to start the semester. And so I was often saying to the other students, hey guys, look at Mr. X, look what he's doing. Look at that quality, look at that detail, look at that. So sometimes I used him as an example to follow. And what happens is that this guy, after a month, he felt like, hey, I'm the coolest of the gang. I am the best. Oh, thank you, son. Thanks. Here we have our first tip. Thanks. Thank you. This is a very good coffee. If anybody wants, you please get the great example from Sang. Everything is free here, but if you want to offer me a coffee, of course you make me very happy. And you motivate me. Okay, great. The good time to join college is when you are 18 years old. The last time it's when you are 25 years old, 24, 25. If you are 26, you are on a borderline because you have to add 3 years of bachelor. If you are 26 or 27, maybe it's better a master. Okay? Maybe it's better master because a master it's only 2 years or 1 year according to your skills. So, son, that's what you should be concentrated on. But you have to know one thing, that for me, bachelor, it's always a better option than master. Okay? Okay, I hope I answered to you. I asked that because when you get the feedback, you get sad and at the same time you feel useless. Yeah, Francisco, that's exactly what I'm trying to answer. 26, son, are you engineering background, by the way? If you are engineering background, you should go for a master. Yeah, master of 2 years. First year prep, so that you learn how to sketch. If you want, I can prepare you, okay, with my online private courses. If you are interested, you can write to me in the private chat on Instagram, and I will tell you how much I cost. Not very much, and I can do just like I did with Debajit, okay? Debajit that got accepted. He has been with me like 3-4 months, and we did a very good work together. And so that you can exercise, then you will do the year of prep at university, and then you will make the second year, which is the real master. And in that case, can work because you can make a good portfolio. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope I answered to you. Okay, so let's go back to the story of my friend, you know, my ex-student. So the guy felt like he was really the best, you know, and then what happens? He started not to perform well. His sketches were bad, and for a couple of weekends, because I used to teach on Saturday, his sketches were bad. So one day I got really pissed at him. I took him alone outside. I talked to him very hard, and I said, "You're doing shit. I don't understand why you're doing that. You want to ruin the good thing that you have. You have a good creativity. You have good skills. Why don't you put the effort?" He was not putting the effort anymore because he was not humble. So I really washed his head. I was very strict, very severe. He felt like really bad. And starting the week after, when I came back, a week later, he was performing again really, really well. So what did he do? He made an analysis of what happened. And then he thought about my words. And then he said, wow, I'm putting everything at risk. This is stupid. So I better work my ass off. And that's what he did again. And son, do you follow me? Sorry, because there are so many people, but do you follow me on Instagram? If you follow me on Instagram, Luciano Bove 1, you can write to me in chat and I will explain to you everything, okay? Italy, do you prefer? So which college in Italy? Okay, I will, son, I will explain to you also the difference about the 3 colleges in Italy. Low budget, exactly. We are currently having design talk we create to all disciplines where all the departments are introducing things, so we have clarity about what discipline to take in second year. So keeping the job opportunities as well as quality of transportation design in India, I agree that our school has a great transportation design and a huge clay studio. That's great, Patil. The fact that you have a great clay studio, it's fundamental also. That's very good. That's very good. Okay, so Coming back to us, okay? We are right in the time after I have Vedant that will be waiting from me from India for his online course. We will start that in 30 minutes from now. Okay. So the key point is that this guy, he really needed somebody to tell him, hey, what the hell are you doing? You know? And I felt that and I did it. And he woke up very quickly. So what is important is that you try to get back on track as fast as possible, because that's saving your ass. That's saving you. If you wait, if you think too much, you don't do anything good to yourself. The same thing in a worst scenario, which is at work, because at work you put at risk your career, the money you earn. The company can put you out, can push you out. There are a lot of things can happen according to your performance. So if the same things happens at work, that your boss talks to you, hey, look, I don't know what's going on with you. Maybe you have a problem at home. Maybe you have a problem with your wife. Maybe you have a problem with your kids or whatever. But your performance is not really good. If you keep going like that, I have to talk to the HR personal, HR department, and I have to talk to my boss to talk about you. It becomes a case that has to be treated according to our rules. Because the company will help you. When you get into that, it's very bad. So the most important thing for anybody that is working is to avoid that. And how do you do? Anybody can make a mistake. I made mistakes. And I make mistakes. But that's not a big deal. You can recover. The most important thing is that you recover very fast. If you understand you did something wrong, or that your sketch was completely off, or because you were stubborn, then start opening your ears and listen to people. That's exactly what we have to do. And when we make an analysis of all this, it all comes down to the same thing. We all must be humble, at every level. Because if you don't listen, if you are stubborn, if you think you are the only one that knows everything and everybody else forget it, you're wrong. Because in a company, especially if the company is big, there are lots of teams, a lot of people. And you are not the only good person in that company, We can substitute you, That's one thing that people don't think, especially at the beginning. Okay, I read some of your okay. Your crown filtered. Oh, thank you, Patrick. Thanks. Same question is Jay Ong. Hello, Luciano. What do you think about doing industrial design degree before an automobile design degree? Okay, about these design degrees, I think that if you love cars, if you want to be a car designer, if you are sure about that, okay, thank you very much, son. You made it double. Now I have a full cappuccino with that. That's great. Thanks. Thank you very much. Thanks. So basically, what happens? I think that when you want to be a car designer, that you know that you want to be a car designer, you do a car design bachelor. Also because when you do a car design bachelor, you know how to make products, how to sketch products better than those that go to product design department. Believe me, because the way we stress drawing and skills, which is the basic, the most important thing, it's very, very, very high and competitive in car design and transportation design, much more than product design departments, okay? Because of our process. So, if you want to learn how to draw a lamp or anything and do it really well, I would say go to transportation design, because the worst cases, you will not be a car designer, but you can be very well a product designer. You understand? Now, your questions, because both of you are asking the same thing, is What happens if you do first industrial design and then a master in transportation? Nothing. It's good. It's not bad. It's good. But I tell myself, what the heck? You know, to draw cars, it takes time. To draw them well, it takes lots of exercise and a lot of time, at least 3-4 years. If you have the chance to do this for 3 full years or 4 full years, why do you want to do only for 1 year and then be 3 or 4 years in industrial design where they will never ask you to draw the way we do? So now the decision is up to you. But I gave you the answers, and I gave you exactly my position, okay? Which I think it's a kind of a wise, moderate position. Zepeda, sir, I've been thinking about the scholarship and applying for this. That's a good idea. Bravo. What is the most important aspect that the university are looking for? The sketching aspect? Sketching first, skills, creativity. Those two. Skills, which means how you draw, creativity. Okay? Those two. That's all. Then it depends how you put them together, because you have to make a mini portfolio. For example, now I have 3 students on my online course that are very close to send their portfolio for school admission. And we're working very hard in making sure that their mini portfolio for admission is not missing anything. But all those portfolios we are putting together, it's a collection of all the work we have done together, which is all freehand. Okay? So it's black and white stuff, color stuff, different techniques. There is also Photoshop for some of them, okay? There is also Photoshop. But the Photoshop is done according to the way I teach color, okay? Theory of reflections. And they are, and believe me, they don't look all gray or grayish like a lots of Photoshop I see around, okay? And I, of course, explaining the reasons why you put different type of lights and stuff, okay? It's a little bit more complicated. Son, no problem. You have to write to me. Wait, I'm writing my email, okay? So that you can write an email to me and I will answer back to you. Okay? Just a second. Okay, this is my email, son. You can take that email. That's my sort of internet email. So you can write to me and I will explain to you how it works. And I have to see also if there is a frame time I can be taken by you during the week, okay? All right, so because I do this at night, in the evening. So we have to see also if it's compatible with your hours at your country, okay? But if you are from India, the timing is okay. I know 100% because I have a few students from India. But I hope that the day I have available will be okay for you. But anyway, write to me and don't worry, I will send it to you. Okay, good. So, what time is it? All right, we have still 10 minutes. All right, do you have any other questions? While you write your questions, I keep on going with my topic of today, which is the efforts, you know. Then there is another thing you have to consider is that, yeah, from India, then it's fine, son, don't worry. Then there is another thing that we have to consider is that when you are a professional, so you're a designer, you really want to make sure that your behavior, your attitude toward the project, and your passion for car design don't get in contrast, in competition between them. I'll try to explain myself because it's a little bit complex. Okay, So what I'm saying is that if you believe strongly, hey Syed, ciao, welcome back. So if you believe that for that project you have to offer that type of design and you do it, that's good. You can do this at the beginning of the project. But then what happens is that during that project there will be some presentations, some check, some work in progress, and you will listen from your managers what they prefer, what type of orientation they are giving. When they give an orientation which is different than yours, which is really different than what you are doing, then you have to be humble enough and courageous enough to change, shift, and be oriented toward the mainstream that your boss and the managers are asking. Because if you don't do that, you get in opposition, you get negative, you get against. And this is, of course, it's not going to help you, because it will be very difficult for them to keep on checking your sketches, which evolution, it's not following what we are looking for, but it's going completely offside, and then at a certain point nobody will follow you anymore. So this is also another thing that you have to understand, that you have to realize. So the advice today is be humble, be open, listen carefully, and try to adapt yourself. Because if you are somebody with creativity, you have no problem in adapting yourself. You know, Giugiaro, the great Giugiaro maestro, he always said, I don't care when people in Japan or in China, they copy my ideas, you know. Because for each idea they copy, I have 1,000 extra ideas. Okay, very nice. But in a way, he's right. So, you don't have only one creativity to propose, one creative proposal. You can have several. And most of all, remember, you are not doing this video for yourself only. This is for the team. But most of all, it's for the project. So once you get to the project, we all have to do the best for the project. I sometimes I don't agree on some strategic decisions. And besides, next week we're gonna talk about strategy, design strategy. Blue Lake Vision just popped in, and my wife is asking that I come for dinner. What should I do? Listen or eat? Blue, your wife with, be careful. So now, of course, go have dinner. Every Friday we are here this time, okay? So, Mr. Vision, Mr. Blue Lake Vision, don't worry. You can come back next week. Every Friday we are here from 5 to 6 p.m. in Europe, okay? And have a good dinner, and a hello to your wife from all of us. Okay, that I'm sure cooked a very nice dinner. All right, so as I was saying, I take advantage to read some of the messages. Okay, today's watch. Okay, I'm going to design animator. Okay, son, I understand. Okay, ciao, Blue Lake Vision, ciao. We talk about design anyway here. Car design. That's great. Somebody new. That's very nice. I'm very happy. Okay. Cool. All right. So now we have to conclude. Hey, Nisha. Ciao, Mr. Nisha Singh. So just to end our topic today, as you can see at the end, to make sure that everything goes fine and to reduce the risk of finding ourselves in a difficult time, it all comes from how flexible we are, how humble we are, how open we are in listening the critiques that come from other people, and how good we are in making the synthesis, the analysis of all this, and then make sure that all those words, okay, that are there intended to help us, we do in a way that they become ours, and that's the best way, to react and do a good job, to make sure that you don't have to stay depressed too long, and you just react and you say, okay, I got the point, I'm gonna make it, and this time I'm gonna show you that I'm gonna make even better than before and better than you. That's the winning attitude that we should all have, even during the hardest time. Okay, you're welcome. I was answering to Mr. Blue Lake Vision. Present, ciao, how are you? Should I do automotive design or research digital design? Which one you will prefer? I don't understand. Thank you, son. Present. I don't understand your question, because school is about you, what you want to do, not what I prefer. Do automotive designers go through some time of spiritual awakening before becoming maestros? I don't know. I would say that we all have our. Let me put this way. When I was young, I was somebody very sure of myself. Hey, I am the best. Forget about the rest. Yeah, I was a little bit like that. Besides, I'm Italian. You can imagine. When I was in America, I used to say always, Italian design is the best in the world. I am Italian, therefore I have an advantage. So that was my attitude at the beginning, and that was wrong. Because when you're in school, the advantage, you don't measure because of the past, of the culture of your country. There is a part of that, but it's not everything, because it's you, the most important thing, in the game. And if you're not good, especially at the beginning, then you can be also from Italy or I don't know from where, you will not be automatically the best one in the class. So when I realized that my sketches at the very beginning of school were a little bit mediocre, I told myself, what the hell, what am I doing? They are better than me. So I was ashamed of myself, shame on me. And when I was thinking about that, then that was the first lesson to me. That's the first lesson to me. Say, Luciano, keep calm, calm down. Don't think that you are with your friends, in your little village, and every time in the evening you go and drink a beer and you are the best, forget about the rest. Over there. But here is a different story. Also in English, son, don't worry. There is a double language. So when I realized that, then it was the click. It was the moment where I start shifting. I told myself, okay, Luciano, here the game is a lot more serious and competitive what you thought. So now we have to work. You have to do it. And that's what I did. Of course, it took a time before I could accelerate, which I did after about a year. But during that year, I worked really hard. But really, really hard. Because there was a gap. There was a gap missing, and I had to overtake that weakness I had. See, so for me, that was my first experience, which I felt very sad. At the very beginning, in school, in the most important school that I really loved, I told myself, oh my God, my future is already in danger. No, it was not in danger. Action, reaction. And I reacted, and that's what you have to do. Mr. Megbat, how many projects shall I put in my master application portfolio? I would say around 5 or 6. You can do 4 slides for each project, 5, 6 slides for each project. So you have to have a total of 50, 60 slides for a master, okay? Shreyas Parab. Do design studios look at hiring people from different countries without having a visa or that country, or do companies hire people location based on it? No, both things. Parab, don't worry, both things. If we really like somebody, if we really know that this person is a great talent, we're gonna do the papers and everything, don't worry. In America it's more difficult, in Europe a little bit less. Zepeda, sir, I need some advice about some sketch that I have and what I need to improve. Sketch to you. Yes, of course, Joseph, for free I'll do it for you. Allora, present, again, does the bachelor degree require to get into the job? Yes, yes. The answer is yes, Kumar, yes. If you want to be a professional designer in car design, product design, 100% you need a bachelor or a master. Bachelor or master. Same thing for graphic design. Same thing for digital design. UX UI designer. Yes, same thing. Okay, let me read if there is any other question I did not answer. Okay, I think I answered to everything, all the questions. I hope you enjoyed what we talked about today. Okay, so now it's time for me, if you want to offer a coffee just like Sang did, super sticker, super chat, whatever you want. Thank you very much. I hope I answered in an exhaustive way to all your questions. Next week we'll be here, we'll talk about design strategy. Don't forget, don't forget that. Design strategy is very important because it's something that we have to learn when we are young to make sure that then we can perform it really well when we'll be older and eligible to become managers, which is very, very interesting. Like what are the durations? So I could tell your courses. Patil, use my email, write to my email, it's here in the chat, go and check it out and write to me, really. Now I cannot stay more. In mechanical, will the company hire me? No, as a designer, no, Kumar. If you are a mechanical engineer, no place for design. Sorry, you need a master. You have to search for a master in your case. Master in transportation design or industrial design. Okay, have a good weekend. Bye bye. Both Patriots said both. What? I'm reading. Going up. There is nothing else. Okay, so I'm not missing anybody. All right. Thank you very much. I really hope you enjoyed. Okay, and have a very good weekend. Have fun. And I'm very happy because Milan AC against Inter Milan, Milan won. Very well. I'm very, very happy. Okay, great. Ciao. Take care. Have a good weekend. Bye.